again, everyone. I'm Storm Team 9 Chief Meteorologist Jerry Jackson, and this is Weather or Not. Each week we bring you weather, and not always in the way you think.
Weather significantly impacts golf ball distance, primarily through temperature and wind. The most significant factor being temperature. Cold air is denser than warm air, creating more drag and reducing the carry distance of the ball. Additionally, cold weather causes the ball to harden, reducing the efficiency of energy transfer at impact. A rule of thumb in golf is to expect to lose about 1 to 2 yards for every 10-degree Fahrenheit drop in temperature. When a golf ball flies through colder air, it loses distance because cold air is more dense than warm air. This added density increases both loft and drag forces acting on the ball, leading to a slightly higher and shorter trajectory. Golf ball temperature and air density directly affect how far your shot travels. The effects of temperature on golf balls becomes especially noticeable in colder weather, just as it does in excessively hot weather. Distance loss can be a result of playing with cold golf balls. When a golf ball gets too cold, the materials inside lose some resiliency, reducing initial velocity off the club face. In very warm conditions, excessive heat can also degrade the golf ball's performance. To reduce these temperature-related impacts, you should store your balls indoor all year round. Avoid leaving them in extreme environments like a car trunk during freezing or sweltering conditions. While temperature is the most significant factor, wind has the most dramatic and immediate effect on the ball. Wind has the largest effect on flight. The headwinds can significantly reduce distance and tailwinds increasing it. Crosswinds can also cause significant, unexpected, or exaggerated ball curvature. Wet and rainy conditions cause muddy balls, wet clubs, and reduces ball roll, leading to shorter overall distance traveled. In cold temperatures, it can affect players because they need to wear more layers to stay warm. These layers can restrict a player's swing and reduce speed. Some adjustments you can make is always factor in wind direction and speed when aiming, sometimes aiming further into the wind than normal. And on wet days, expect little to no roll on fairways.
Of course, seasons have a lot to do with day-to-day weather, and you may think you know when spring, summer, fall, and winter begin. But are you sure?
As you watch our daily weathercast, you will notice graphics such as current temperatures, current winds, and current dew points. But have you ever wondered where this information comes from? If so, then get ready, because we're about to take a dive into the technical details of weather data collection. Our data comes from automated sensors at various airports. There are two different types of weather stations, AWOS and ASOS. AWOS stands for Automated Weather Observing System. ASOS, on the other hand, stands for Automated Surface Observing Systems. Considering the fact they have similar names, you can assume these systems do basically the same thing. And while it is true that they both monitor the weather, the AWOS system predates the ASOS system, meaning it's not quite as advanced. The AWOS system is solely controlled by the FAA and reports current conditions every 20 minutes. Unlike its newer counterpart, the AWOS cannot report special observations for fast-changing weather. The ASOS program is a joint effort between the National Weather Service, FAA, and the Department of Defense. There are over 900 ASOS systems in the United States collecting data continuously. Each station is tailored to a specific location for the best results. They are comprised of many different instruments collecting data such as wind speed, wind direction, temperature, visibility, humidity, and precipitation type. This data is fed into a series of computers. From there, it gets sent to a huge database accessible by many agencies including Air Traffic Control, National Weather Service, mobile weather apps, and of course, local TV stations like WNCT. These systems are extremely crucial for flight safety. Without them, flights will be delayed, canceled, or worst of all, there will be more crashes. While it's true that these systems have changed the world of aviation, they have also changed the world of weather forecasting. For example, we can look at a map with data plots from each reporting site and see how temperatures or winds are changing across the viewing area. So the next time you pull up your weather app or watch a live weathercast, you're most likely getting information straight from an airport.
Time for a little break and a whole lot of trivia. 8 questions, 2 minutes. Good luck. Maybe you prefer games without a timer. Board games are a good way for slowing the pace down a little. And if you can think of a theme, there's definitely a board game out there for you. For example, have you ever wanted to make a fake potion and con people into buying it? We've got you covered. The Quacks of Quedlinburg is a board game published by CMYK Games. Takes about 45 minutes to play and accommodates 2 to 4 players. In the Quacks of Quedlinburg, players take on the role of potion peddlers, mixing up concoctions to sell to gullible customers. The game is divided into rounds, and all the actions are clearly laid out on the tracking board. To begin a round, each player starts with their own personal pot and a bag full of numbered ingredients. Before the cooking begins, a fortune card is drawn to give players a chance to earn special items. Players then pull ingredients out of their bag one at a time at random, placing them in the pot. Players continue to add as many ingredients as they want, moving the specified number of spaces along the track. But be careful, if the player draws too many cherry bombs, their pot explodes, resulting in penalties. After players finish cooking, they add up their points for the round based on their progress on the path and any bonuses earned from the cookbooks. Current scores are marked on the included tracker. At the end of the round, players have the opportunity to purchase additional ingredients and abilities. After 9 rounds, the game ends, and players add up any remaining bonus points. The player with the most total points wins. Whether you're older or younger, games can be a lot of fun, but work also always comes back into focus. And in this week's edition of Weather Kids, we learned that weather can be a form of work too. Each week in our Weather Kids segments, we allow local students to visit our studio. It gives us a chance to meet with them, find out about what they're learning in school, and listen to their career plans for adulthood. But make no mistake, the kids come with questions of their own. Perhaps the question they ask the most is, how do we tell the weather on television each night? Well, it's hard to predict the future if you don't understand the present. Meteorologists look at radar, satellite images, weather instruments like thermometers, barometers, rain gauges, and anemometers to see what's happening right now. Naturally, we examine current observations from weather sites all over eastern North Carolina, as well as nationally, and in some cases, internationally. Meteorologists enter current data into mathematical computer models of the atmosphere. These models show the different possible paths that weather systems may follow, but it's up to the meteorologist to determine which path is the most likely to be correct based on knowledge and experience. After the meteorologist makes a final decision on the forecast, maps and graphics are created to explain the weather to viewers in a simple, visually appealing manner. That forecast is then presented on TV, online, and through social media. Our Storm Team 9 Weather Kids get to experience this process in person, and it's always a blast to see how much they enjoy it. Now, if your child would like to become a Storm Team 9 Weather Kid, just send me an email to jjackson@WNCT.com and I'll explain the whole process. For the Storm Team 9 Weather Kids, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Jackson. Class dismissed. Humans rely on science and technology to track weather, but isn't it funny how animals seem to instinctively know when bad weather's on the way? And when it comes to tracking airflow, few creatures are more adept than birds.
Today we'll talk about a small but vibrant feathered friend, the eastern bluebird. This bird can be found all across the state of North Carolina, easily recognized by their bright blue bodies and rust-colored bellies. Eastern bluebirds are a part of the thrush family, which also contains the American robin. During the winter, bluebirds feed constantly, which helps them survive the cold nights. Their activity increases during the spring and summer, which is their breeding season. A male bluebird will find a potential nesting site, then sing and flutter to attract a mate. Once the female arrives, she inspects the site. If she approves, then the pair will start building a nest. After about 10 days, the nest is complete and ready for eggs. However, competition for nests during the spring and summer runs high, so a bluebird's nest may get raided by another bird species. But bluebirds don't have much room to complain because they will also raid other nests if available sites become scarce. Without being disturbed, eastern bluebird eggs hatch in about 14 days. Both parents tend to the young for about 3 weeks, then the young bluebirds leave the nest to be on their own. Over a century ago, eastern bluebirds were extremely abundant, but a stretch of abnormally cold winters took a toll on this species. Conservationists started placing wooden boxes hoping these birds would use them for nesting. To their surprise, eastern bluebirds took advantage of these boxes, sparking a major comeback. So if you want to increase your bluebird sightings, try putting up a birdhouse, then sit back and enjoy nature. In the studio, I'm meteorologist Christopher Tyndall, Storm Team 9.
Although a good action movie brings a lot of entertainment, sometimes you want to spend a quieter evening at home.
Let's take a drive to the Imperial Center for Arts and Sciences in downtown Rocky Mount at the historic Imperial Tobacco Company warehouse, which was renovated and reopened to the public in 2006. Today, we're going to walk around the Maria V. Howard Arts Center. The art center that produces visual and performing arts programs with an emphasis on art education for all ages, through exhibitions, community theater classes, and special events. The Art Center Community Theater has been a part of Rocky Mount's community for more than 50 years. The Art Center holds different exhibits that showcase different unique styles and beautiful work. You can walk through the different galleries and enjoy all the artwork. The Art Center consists of more than 500 works by artists mainly from North Carolina and the Southeast, and with interactive exhibits and tons of artwork for all ages. I'm Storm Team 9 meteorologist Olivia Monteleone. See you next week for our next adventure.
Traveling through North Carolina can bring you a wide variety of scenery to enjoy.
If you've ever been to the beach and noticed the waves coming in high or low, then you have experienced high and low tides. Tides are defined as very long periods of waves that move through the ocean in response to the forces from the moon and sun. That's right, something that far away can have a major effect here on Earth. Even though the sun is far more massive than the moon is closer, therefore having a stronger gravitational influence. Tides originate in the open ocean and progress towards the shoreline. Along the shoreline, these progressions will appear as the rise and fall of the sea surface. Tides are a diurnal phenomenon, meaning it occurs daily. In fact, most places along the shoreline will experience 2 high tides and 2 low tides every day. Tides are caused by the moon's gravity pulling on the Earth. This distorts Earth's shape ever so slightly, having a dramatic effect on our waters. The moon keeps a constant tug on Earth, causing what's known as tidal bulges. There are 2 tidal bulges, one on the near side of the moon and the other on the opposite side of the moon. As the Earth completes one full rotation, it passes through each of these tidal bulges. This is what causes high and low tides to occur twice a day. However, you may notice that twice a month there are exceptionally high and low tides. These extra high tides are known as spring tides. Sometimes they are referred to as king tides. Remember, the sun doesn't play a major role in day-to-day tides, but when combined with the moon's gravity, it can have a major effect on our coastlines. As the moon orbits around the Earth, it lines up with the sun and Earth twice a month, causing new and full moon phases. But since they are all lined up, the moon and sun's gravitational force is combined, causing an extra large tidal bulge. On the other hand, the moon will eventually become perpendicular to the Earth and sun during the first and last quarter moon phases. This causes the moon and sun's gravity to pull against each other, creating a neap tide. So before you head out to the beach, check the tide forecast to see when the next high or low tide will be.
Tracking the weather each week can be quite complicated at times. Eastern North Carolina can experience everything from record heat to snowfall, tornadoes to hurricanes. But as wild as our local weather can be, it's nothing like the weather on other planets.
The moon is Earth's most constant companion and the easiest celestial object to find in the night sky. On average, the moon is approximately 238,860 miles away from Earth. In terms of the moon's diameter, it's approximately 1/4 of the size of the Earth. When it comes to the surface area, the moon covers 1/16 of the Earth's total surface area and has roughly 1.2% of Earth's mass. When is the moon closest to the Earth? The point in the moon's orbit is called the perigee, often referred to as a supermoon. At this point, it's approximately 224,000 miles from Earth, and during a supermoon, it appears 14% larger than at its furthest point and appears about 30% brighter in the sky. With the naked eye, sometimes it's difficult to see the difference. However, we can directly see the effects by observing the tides. A spring tide occurs during the full and new moons, and it's when the tidal range is the largest. During a supermoon's spring tide, the tide exhibits approximately 2-inch larger variations compared to regular spring tides. This difference occurs because the gravitational pull of the moon is stronger when it's closer to Earth during the perigee. What is the moon made of? The moon likely has a very small core, just 1 to 2% of the moon's mass and roughly 420 miles wide. It likely consists of iron, but may also contain large amounts of sulfur and other elements. Its rocky mantle is about 825 miles thick and made up of dense rocks rich in iron and magnesium. The crust that includes the lunar surface averages around 42 miles deep, and the outermost part of the crust is broken and jumbled due to all the large impacts the moon has endured. Like our solar system's foremost inner planets, the moon is rocky, and it's scattered with craters created by asteroid impacts millions of years ago, and because there is no weather on the moon, the craters have not eroded. The moon has only a very thin atmosphere, so a layer of dust can sit undisturbed for centuries. And without much of an atmosphere, heat is not held near the surface, so temperatures vary wildly. Daytime temperatures on the sunny side of the moon reach 273 degrees Fahrenheit, while on the night side, it gets as cold as -243 degrees. The moon's gravity pulls at Earth, causing predictable tides. High tide occurs on the side of the Earth nearest the moon due to the gravity, while on the side farthest from the moon due to the inertia of water. Low tides occur between the two humps.
North Carolina has seen more than its fair share of natural disasters, but our state is also blessed with some of the most beautiful weather imaginable. From sunny beach days to crisp autumn nights in the North Carolina mountains, we love our state and all the wonder it provides. And of all the weather sights, perhaps none captures our imagination more than the rainbow.
Now, what is a rainbow? A rainbow is one of the most spectacular light shows observed on Earth. A traditional rainbow is sunlight spread out along its spectrum of colors that's diverted to the eye of the observer by water droplets. The bow part of the word refers to the fact that rainbow is a group of nearly circular arcs of colors all having a common center. Typically, we only see a portion of the entire circle, leading to the bow shape. But what makes it a bow? To understand how the bow is formed, we need to consider the path of ray of sunlight through a single round raindrop. As light enters the raindrop, it is refracted, meaning the path of light is bent to a different angle, and some of the light is reflected by the internal curved mirror-like surface of the raindrop. It is then finally refracted back out the raindrop towards the observer. Now, a few main ingredients to see a rainbow is you need to be standing with the sun to your back and the rain in front of you. The sun needs to be less than 42 degrees above the horizon, and the sun's rays must be hitting the raindrops to create the rainbow. Now, sometimes we see two rainbows at once, but what makes a double rainbow? Now, we've followed the path of ray of light as it enters and is reflected inside a raindrop, but not all of the energy of that ray escapes the raindrop after it's reflected once, as part of the ray is reflected again and travels along a different path inside the raindrop to emerge from the drop at a different angle. The raindrop we normally see is called the primary rainbow and is produced from one internal reflection. The secondary rainbow arises from two internal reflections, and the rays exit the raindrop the second time at an angle of around 50 degrees rather than 42 degrees for the primary rainbow. Now, this effect produces the secondary rainbow with its colors reversed compared to its primary rainbow. It is possible for light to be reflected more than twice within a raindrop, but these additional rainbows are typically never seen under normal circumstances. That is how a rainbow and double rainbow are formed.
And that does it for another episode of Weather or Not. We hope you enjoyed taking a little trip, playing some trivia, learning about forecasting, and a couple of fun facts on the side. And remember, each week a fresh episode drops, so check back often. And our goal is always to keep you informed, enlightened, and a little happier too. For the Storm Team 9 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Jackson, and this is Weather or Not.